This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Gearoid Farrelly.
And I'm Niamh Kavanagh.
And you're listening to Agony Rants.
Oh, good morning. It seems weird. You're all the way over there.
I am, particularly, Niamh, given that it is our 200th episode of Agony Rants.
And we look about the same.
We do, we look exactly the same, Niamh. That's 200 episodes, 200 hours
200.
of joy.
I mean, it's more than 200 hours, to be fair, you know, when you factor in the brownies and the extra conversations we have.
There are production meetings, Niamh. Our production meetings. We factor in our production meetings. Yeah.
But I miss them when we're not together. You know, I was going to bake a cake. I know it's your birthday recently, so I was going to have a cake with candles and all, and then I was going to have to eat it on my own, which was going to be the saddest thing on the planet.
Well, here's the interesting thing about having a birthday. When you're not there for your birthday, I completely forgot about it.
Oh, yeah.
I totally forgot about it. Because
it's your age, though, Gearoid.
How dare you?
There's a time where you start forgetting your birthdays because you don't want to know you're getting older. And then you get to a point where you're rounding up because you're so proud of the fact that you're still alive. Which is roughly where I am.
I couldn't believe it though, because I've never I thought about it the day before. I was like, oh, it's my birthday tomorrow. And then I'd say on the day of my birthday, it was probably, I was into my day by about 4 hours, I'd say.
Yes.
I was in a hotel in no idea, actually. But I have actually no idea where I was.
Okay, so that was
Chester,
a good celebration.
Maybe?
Did you have a lovely time the night before or something?
No.
What happened the night before?
I think we're in Chester. I don't know. I'll tell one. Anyway, so I was in a hotel and I turned on the television and I was just kind of flicking through it and I had the date on the telly and I was like, oh, it's my birthday.
Oh,
yeah.
Was it not when you were inundated with all of the, the references that, happy birthday to the nicest man I ever knew on Insta?
I'm going to be honest with you. Pin on the ground. Niamh.
I know, and I realised
pin on the ground.
I realised I didn't send you one, but then I'm not very good at doing that public thing.
But you sent me a message. Actually, I'm gonna read the message because you sent me a message, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is the apology.
This is very much Niamh Kavanagh. Go on.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is the apology, and it wasn't.
No.
So it was. Let me see.
It got to the awkward stage, Gearoid, where I got past the point where I could say, I forgot it was your birthday.
Yeah, it was on the Saturday, the next day. And you sent me a message at like 7 o'clock in the evening that was, oh my God, Gar. And I was like, this is the apology. And then you followed it with, did you know they're remaking Murder, She Wrote?
I couldn't think of a better birthday present than to tell you they're making a remake of Murder, She Wrote, right? Because you love it.
I do love it.
We both love it. We both have a love for Jessica Fletcher.
I do love Jessica Fletcher.
But, I got such a shock, right?
Apparently they've tried it before.
Okay.
And she was going to be like a receptionist in a hospital. And
okay, so not Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Just a different kind of...
And the rumours are that Jessica or that Angela Lansbury put the kibosh on it.
Well, I'm sure. Do they wait for her to die then? Is she dead?
Of course she did.
She's dead.
And now it's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Now, I'm very accepting of that. But the shocking thing? I thought it was a joke when it came up on the internet first, because I didn't see that Jamie Lee Curtis was going to take over Jessica's part first. What I saw was who was going to play the doctor and the police chief.
Oh, Dr. Hazlitt and Sheriff Morton.
There you go, Sheriff. In my head, Sheriff Wiggum, but that's from The Simpsons. Anyway,
oh, yeah.
So, but very similar animals, right? But here's the thing. Did you ever think that Tom Selleck would play the doctor? I mean, he's definitely going into another era of his, acting career here, And
that man has not aged.
No, not a bit, and he's
not
amazing. So he's going to be the doctor. So the doctor is obviously going to have a very different relationship. Although I think, if I remember, Jessica and the doctor had a bit of an unspoken relationship by the end, didn't they?
Yeah, they kind of did. And it was always if they, in another world, they would have.
Oh, yes. Definitely. And
I think it was Angela Lansbury was resistant to ever giving her a partner.
I think she always had hints of people who were in love with her, but she wasn't necessarily.
And
she had
wasn't a
these
particularly
relationships.
likable woman.
But she was always running off to solve murders, lads. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I know. Well, it was always a case of like, Jessica's coming to visit, and I'm sure everyone was like, oh shit.
somebody's going to die.
Yeah.
Or worse again, one of us is going to get arrested first.
Yeah. This never ends well. Why do we keep inviting this woman?
Yeah, but that's not, she's in these random places that's nothing to do with her except she happens to be a friend of. But then I don't know how many seasons they did in Cabot Cove. It was eventually because she got round off of travelling. I don't know what it was. Anyway, so I reckon if Tom Selleck was the doctor, and then of course George Clooney playing the police
Sheriff.
she was never leaving Cabot Cove. I'd never leave Cabot Cove.
Yeah. Now there's a reason for her to be nosy.
Now.
Like just popping into the police station all the time.
It'd be a bit like Midsummer. There'd be somebody dying there every week. But anyway, I'm saying no more. Anyway.
Didn't she, in later seasons, like she moved to New York? Do you remember she bought herself a flat in New York?
To write
she was
or
teaching.
to adapt or do something. She always had some valid reason to be there.
She was teaching criminology.
Oh, well, naturally.
And at the start of Murder, She Wrote, then she wasn't on a typewriter, she was on a laptop.
Yeah. Oh,
like
just
the
to
laptop.
prove.
Yeah, it was the size of a desk. Like, and she also, they did an episode because Friends was the series that killed Murder, She Wrote.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Friends that killed it because they wanted to get rid of it. So they moved it up against Friends. So there was a whole Murder, She Wrote episode where there was a murder on the set of a show called Chums. It was wild. There's even a line where like Jessica Fletcher says, who would be interested in watching a sitcom about 20-year-olds talking about their sexuality?
Oh. And she was assured in herself that this would be the case.
Yeah. She was very spicy. Very spicy.
Well, what's interesting, and they're both on History channels now. You know, those channels that you watch old television on, that is just constantly on. Because Murder, She Wrote, Columbo, which I know every single episode of, right? And
I love Columbo.
Oh, I love Columbo. I love it. I have the full disc, the DVD set.
Do you?
Obviously, I do. But anyway, so Columbo, Murder, She Wrote, and Friends is nearly always on somewhere.
Yeah, Friends is always on. And do you know what? I can't get into it.
No, nor I.
There's something about Friends. I like Phoebe and that's it.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I've no interest.
I think it was too much of its time. Every now and then you see a clip and it makes you laugh. It's also of that period of time of television, which will tell you a lot about me, where I was gigging and working.
You're too busy, Niamh. You're building a career.
I know. Watching reruns of Columbo.
Speaking of people that build a career, they're all dying now.
Oh my God. I have a group chat with my sisters called Dinner Ladies, and lately it has literally become RIP.ie for the celebrities.
Because they're all
of the
dying.
world.
Diane Keaton's dead. That's
Diane
so sad.
Keaton, Patricia Rutledge, Jilly Cooper, they all had a heart attack over that because they've all been watching Rivals and all that shenanigans.
Oh,
and
Jilly
then
Cooper. I never really knew her now.
lads.
I know she had like Jilly Cooper's Riders. I remember like...
Oh yeah, Riders. I'm surprised you're not into the
Sky.
Riders. No,
I remember that was on Sky back in the day. Jilly Cooper's Riders, and it was over like 4 nights, and
she's made for the miniseries. She's made for the miniseries, yeah. So anyway, Jilly Cooper, and then there was, of course, the brilliant Patricia Rutledge, as I said.
That's the one I'm most upset about.
I know, I loved her so much. But did you know, and Robert Redford, there was like so many people dying, and there was nearly no other chat than people dying, right?
Yeah.
So I was laughing because basically I put in the Murder, She Wrote news to try and cheer them up a little bit. But do you want some good news?
God almighty. This is like happy time in the home.
I just said, do you want some good news? I think they thought I was going to tell them something about myself. Anyway, they're all dying and we're all shocked they're dying. But actually, Diane Keaton was 79 going into 80. Robert Redford was in his 80s.
Is that true?
Yeah, well, possibly. I don't know.
I think she fell.
Did she fall or was she pushed? Yeah, I don't know.
The one I was sad about was Patricia Rutledge because she was like Kitty. Those Victoria Wood, they were all just so good.
I mean, people talk about keeping up with appearances, but when she did the Kitty thing and all that, she was just chef's kiss. She was amazing. Like, she was. I feel very serious about it all. I just think, I don't want them to die. I don't want these people to die. But actually, I think it just makes me feel so much older when I suddenly realise that they're all in their 80s and 90s. And I just wanted to say for the record, if you think Diane Keaton fell, I think the correct way you should have said that because she's 79 is she had a fall.
She had a fall, yeah. I think she had a fall.
We've had that conversation before now.
Very grim.
You're definitely having a fall when you're in that age.
And also, when you look at First Wives Club, like it could be any one of them. Like they're all cracking on.
How old is Bet? I thought
Bette
she was the
Midler,
young one at the time.
She's
Bette Midler
older
to me.
than I thought. She's older than I thought.
Did you check it up?
Yeah, because I went to have a look at her.
You're looking at the life expectancy.
I was just like, I need to be ready for Bette Midler. That's going to be a rough one.
I know, Goldie Hawn. I always feel Goldie Hawn is like preserved in formaldehyde.
I know, yeah. I feel like Goldie Hawn has been like 50 for the past 20 years.
Jeannie Mac, did you see that? Bette Midler is actually 79.
Oh, God.
That's just not right. That can't be right. Lads.
79.
Now I have to see how old Goldie Hawn is. Maybe she's older. She must have been the oldest then.
Goldie Hawn, yeah, I would have thought she was older, but she can't be, surely.
No, they're all the same. They're all the same age.
They're all 79.
Yes.
Jesus.
So Goldie Hawn is November 21st. So she's coming 80. And Bette Midler is, when is her birthday? I should know that, really, shouldn't I? December 1st. Jeannie Mac, we're
So they're all
friends.
turning. Oh my God, that's grim. Niamh, I'm in London at the moment.
You are.
And I'm living my best life over here. And one of the things that I've realised is, I've absolutely no sense of direction whatsoever, right? I mean,
I saw that on your Insta. I thought I was going to have to send you something.
I keep getting lost. Every time I get on a bus, I either get off the wrong stop or I get on the bus going in the other direction.
How do you manage that?
Because I'm still on an Irish mobile. So the signal just jumps all over the place. So with Google Maps, it says you're in one place and then you turn around and the thing doesn't turn and anyway, it's a disaster. So yeah, I keep getting lost.
You need a burn phone.
I think I need a carer actually at this point.
Oh, okay.
The other thing that I have realised is I no longer have to be nice because people in London are not nice.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
It'd be hard to be nice to that many people every day now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, people in Ireland aren't nice
when
either.
You say they're not nice, you mean they just don't say hello or they don't make eye contact?
It's not that they don't make... Basically what they do is they just... It's like you don't exist, you know? Like...
How are you dressed when you're doing... I mean, are you looking to not exist? Are you like trying to go incognito?
Like I was on a bus yesterday, right? And there was an old couple and she sat down. The old lady sat down beside me. Okay. And I was like, I didn't realise I was listening to music. And then I was like, oh, there's an old man standing. And I was like, well, he can sit down. So I was like, excuse me, get out of my way so I can let your man sit down. So she scooched to the side and then I got up and I was like, oh, you can sit down if you want. And he didn't even say thanks. He just sat down.
Well, that's his right.
He didn't even look at me. He just sat down.
When you say they were old, what kind of age are we talking about here?
Well, I'd say they were in their 80s, like.
Oh, okay.
And I was like...
Well, that's fair enough.
You're supposed to say thanks. And
I would like to think when I get to my 80s, I'm going to be as ignorant as I can. Like I am
they were
kind of
pretty
looking
ignorant.
forward to being a little bit,
So I got off the bus and I took his walking stick with me and I was like, he deserves this. He had this coming. Let this be a lesson. It's an odd thing to be like, because I didn't have to be nice because like nobody could tell my mother. You know? That's the reason for manners.
Oh, nobody could tell your mother. I was going to say, tell your mother what? I thought you were being rude.
That's the reason Irish people have manners, is because everyone is afraid that you'll be rude to somebody and that person will tell your mother and then you'll get into trouble.
No, I would be a bit afraid.
That's your first brush with manners is, somebody in the shop saying, say thank you or I'll tell your mother.
Oh my gosh.
So now I've realised I don't have to do that over here. So from today, new me starts today, I'm going to be a prick. I'm going to be an absolute prick.
Are we starting after the pod or during this pod?
No, after the pod, I'm going to go out and I'm going to find an old lady and kick her in the back of the knee.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not beside you. That would not bode well for me.
Because when you're in a place where you don't know anyone and nobody knows you, you can just do whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm feeling very liberated. I'm feeling very liberated.
Good. But what happens if you become really super famous and then you're no longer kind of incognito?
No, I'd rather, if I had a choice between being super famous and being a prick to people and having nobody know about it, I think we all know what I'll choose.
I know. And to be fair, there's plenty of people who combine the two.
Exactly. Now you're talking,
They
Niamh.
feel entitled to be nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, not me as a national treasure, obviously, but you know.
Sometimes it's nice to be mean.
It is lovely
We
to
owe
be you.
ourselves that.
I know. And now we're 17 minutes into this conversation and I'm not sure.
Well, Niamh, we're 17 minutes in, so that means it's time to look at reviews. And I happen to know for a fact that we have some new reviews.
Oh, amazing. Are they
Yeah,
good
we do.
reviews? I mean, obviously, we're not going to actively look for bad ones.
No, but they are good because people
Okay.
know better.
Okay.
Um,
And now that you're going to be an absolute prick.
yeah, exactly. The gloves are off. Now, the other thing I will say is that we have 154 ratings, which is, I think that's good. That is
Right.
good. But it is not even one rating per episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So get on board, people. Come on.
Surely
If you're
people can do
listening to
better
this
than
show
that.
and you're enjoying it, you can leave us a nice review.
It's not
So,
hard. Or even just leave us some stars, you know.
Yeah, I think write a nice thing because it's lovely to read a nice thing.
I know.
So here we go.
I mean, I wash my
Siobhan.
hair and all first.
Yeah, Niamh's engaged in personal care for this. She deserves at least a 5-star review and a very funny thanks.
Yes, thank you.
Siobhan in Ireland says outrageously funny. An absolute riot of a show. Niamh and Gearoid have fantastic chemistry and are the perfect way to start your Monday.
I love that they lead with my name. It's just like a natural thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think people always leave with your name. They do. It's Dear Niamh and Gearoid. Yeah.
It probably just rolls off the tongue better, you know.
It's like Cagney and Lacey. There's another one. Makes Mondays easy. This is from Sam369. I don't know how I lived before Gearoid and Niamh.
Amazing.
Absolutely love a Monday morning. 3 smiley faces.
Oh,
5
darling.
stars.
Love
That's
you
what
for
you
that.
want. To know
Yeah.
that if we didn't exist, there would be an existential crisis in Sam's life.
But you know, the worst part of that is now I feel the responsibility of it because you know what I'm like as being the mammy kind of person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we're here. We're here and we're in separate
here.
countries.
I know.
And then, Helen says, absolutely brilliant. Both hosts are incredibly funny. Both?
Yes! Yes, Queen.
Okay, that's a bit much. That's a bit much.
I mean, to be fair, it is my job to be his straight woman in so many ways.
Both hosts are incredibly funny and always have an interesting tale to tell. The diversity in the problems each week and the answers Gearoid, small letter, but father there, forgiven.
Oh, take it.
Gearoid and Niamh give make this show brilliant. Keep going, guys. It's flipping fantastic. Kiss.
Oh, love that.
That's
Thank
lovely.
you. That's a really nice review. We must have read all 154 out by now, have we? Or
Yeah,
just raising.
I think we've actually read 200 of
Every
the
review.
154. I think we've read that Siobhan one. I think we've read 3 times.
Anyway, I just want to say very quickly here. I had a text from a good friend of mine who is getting triggered every time you talk about my death. So we're not allowed to talk about me dying anymore. Okay. Neither of us. We're just going to leave that
Look,
there.
it's important to be prepared, Niamh. It's important to be prepared. Look, they're all dropping.
I know.
Like,
R.I.P.
At the last
I know.
record, we had Diane Keaton, Patricia Rutledge, and who was the other one?
Jilly Cooper. They
Julie
were all in
Cooper.
our lives.
They were all alive. They were
Yeah, I
all
know.
alive. And now they're
I
all
know.
brown bread. It's very disconcerting.
It is. I think you're more likely because you're living a higher life than me. But anyway.
Yeah, I do think I'll be stabbed in the street. But Niamh, we're here to solve the problems of all the miseries that write into us.
We
right?
are. And we're very keen to do that, you know, because it never ceases to amaze me how fabulous people are and writing in their lovely problems.
Niamh,
Gearoid.
I'm doing a mini tour, a little mini UK tour. Bit of news.
You're going to be in a mini.
It's
Is
a
that
little
it?
bit of a mini UK tour. Just a little one. Not going all over the UK because it's very big.
Okay.
Very big.
It is
Niamh.
very big.
Very big.
A lot of mileage.
And I'm going to do a show in Barcelona on the 12th of December
Barcelona.
at the Comedy Clubhouse. And then on the 22nd of January, I will be in the Comedia in Brighton. And then on the 23rd of January, Niamh, this could have been a good idea, could be a bad idea. I was doing a show at the Museum of Comedy. However, that show has now been moved to the Leicester Square Theatre. That could be a good move. That could be a very bad move.
It's a sign. It's a sign.
It could be a
Look at you.
financial disaster.
You
However,
are leaving me in every way possible. Look at you.
so Leicester Square Theatre on the 23rd of January, and then I'm in Liverpool on the 24th, Manchester on the 25th, and the Stand in Newcastle on the 1st of February. Get tickets. Gearoid.com.
Especially where he's gone up a venue.
Yeah, I mean, particularly in London. We are pausing for a moment to remind you that Agony Rants is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network. If you would like to support the show, you can do so for as little as €5 per month.
Oh, that's
all.
practically nothing.
And in return for that, you'll get bonus content from us and from all of the shows on the Head Stuff Podcast Network, including the show that we are cross-promoting this week, which is...
One of these days I'm actually going to say the name of the show and it's going to freak you out.
It's this one. We've got two problems.
Okay, so...
What one do you want to do first?
I'm going to read the first one because I think it's very apt to the conversation we just had about you and your flat.
Okay.
You know, the fact that you're in a house share. Dear Agony Rants, I hope you can help me because I honestly don't know where else to turn. I'm starting to wonder if I've completely lost the plot or if everyone else around me has. Here's the situation. I've been living in my flat for nearly 7 years, and up until about 2 months ago, everything was completely normal. Quiet street, familiar neighbours, reliable postman. Oh, that's all you could ever ask for.
You know what?
You know?
I wouldn't know my postman if he stood in front of me.
Oh, I know mine. I know that even the replacement
You see,
postman.
I live in an apartment.
Nah, true. They don't come up.
No, they don't. They never come up. The postman
I
doesn't.
know, they walk across the front of my window every day.
The postman doesn't ring twice.
I get very disappointed if they don't come today. They don't come as often as they used to. But anyway, you know, regular life stuff. But now I'm convinced my new downstairs neighbour is trying to gaslight me. No, not in an emotional manipulation sense, but I mean literally gaslight me. Weird smells keep coming up through the vents every morning when I wake up, and the whole flat smells faintly of petrol and lavender. And last week I found a piece of toast. Yes, toast, sitting in my bathtub. I live alone. I don't even own white bread. Look at your face. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Toast?
Yes, I know this is very random. I think there's an element of, you know, does he leave his window open or is he having a few jars?
To me now,
or she.
I
sorry.
hear that and I hear pigeon.
Yeah, you could have the window open and a pigeon could be in bringing the bit of toast.
Yeah.
Okay, so at first I thought I was being silly, but I've started documenting everything in a notebook. 17 toast sightings. Now that's very specific. 3 separate gas leaks, all confirmed by the fire brigade. They know me by name now. And every time I go and ask the neighbour what's going on, he just smiles and says, smells like home, doesn't it? What does that even mean?
Sorry, 3?
I know this sounds completely mad. No, wait till the end. And maybe it is, but I swear on my life something very strange is happening in this building, and I'm not sure if I'm the only one noticing. Should I confront him more directly? Call the council? Start sleeping with a CO2 detector under my pillow? Oh my God, you should have one anyway.
Yeah.
Or do I just pack up and move before things get weirder, like finding a toaster in the toilet? Please help. I haven't slept properly in weeks and my dreams are starting to smell like lavender. Thanks in advance. Loving your work, Dina. Like.
This is deranged. And this comes from a woman that followed me like relatively recently.
Okay, are you concerned about this situation?
No, I think it's probably somebody. I think so. That makes me think it's England.
Do you think that she's kind of like searched you out because she knows you solve people's problems?
No, I think what's happened is this person saw me at a gig and was like, "Oh, they do problem solving." I mean, not this. Like, I'm sorry that this.
I have a problem for you. This is like ghost hunters like needs to be involved.
Sometimes we refer people to therapists. This needs to be referred to the police. Like
no. I have written across the top of my thing, run for God's sake. Do you not think so?
If you don't own this apartment, I'd be saying time to move.
Somewhere else. Go.
Yeah.
But then you know how hard it is to get one.
I know, but that's just because I'm difficult. I'm not going.
I
was talking to somebody who was like, when they were trying to get a flat in London, they were like, "Oh yeah, I used to bring a bottle of wine to the viewings."
For what?
To like be like, oh, like please pick me.
Oh, so that the person, they would ingratiate themselves with the people who are renting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't done that. So I haven't done any of the renting thing. I literally moved my mother's house to my husband's house. I'm like one of those bought brides, you know, one of the. I mean, I was 30.
You're basically.
They were trading me for like apples at that point.
You're a
Anything, just
chattel,
take her.
basically.
Yeah. So I haven't really had to rent.
Well, okay. What's going on here, right? There's one thing, like the toast seems weird. I can't imagine
weird.
the toast and the gas leaks are linked. To me, toast.
You would like to
sounds
hope so, because that's definitely very scary stuff going on there. If that's the case, do you not think so?
The toast to me sounds like there's somebody in your apartment block that is leaving toast out for pigeons, and the pigeons are.
Yeah, is your window open in the bathroom?
This sounds to me like something a bird would do.
Yeah,
like just.
But 17 toast seconds. Although if it's the place they like to come and eat their toast.
But you see, if you like, that could be somebody leaves their crusts out on the balcony table for the pigeons. The pigeon has its routine, takes the crust. You know, like that's. I know that sounds probably a little bit far fetched, but it's the only way I can explain this away. Now,
okay.
If I was smelling petrol, I would not be happy.
I would be out, especially the flat under me. They would have to light a flame. You know, put an ill-placed candle will sort your life out fairly fast there.
I know.
You know?
One click of a
That's
Joe Malone and we're all being blown sky high.
Why petrol and lavender? It seems like a strange combination.
That sounds like that they're trying to disguise the smell of petrol with lavender.
Yeah, but what are they making out of petrol? Are they making bombs? Or are they making, what do you make out of petrol that isn't a bomb?
Do you put petrol in? I don't know.
I don't know.
You live up the north.
I know petrol bombs were very big up here.
They were very big. Yeah.
Very big up here.
But I think.
No, this is so weird. This is so weird.
I think what you should be doing is you should contact the police and say, like, the flat below me smells of petrol. I'm concerned. As I should.
That's definitely a conversation with someone.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you've had 3 gas.
Well, I'd be asking the fire brigade or the gas company going, what were the gas leaks? If they were standard gas leaks.
The fire brigade not concerned about there's been 3 gas leaks in the same house. Like, that's the potential of what the hell. Or are they just looking for work?
You see, I'd love to know if this is a block. Or, like, in my head, this is an apartment block.
Yeah.
Should I confront him directly? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. You should not make eye contact if you see them.
If you're going to contact, if you're going to contact him directly, there's a good chance you'll end up being dissolved in a bath. And I would say.
And then you'll really smell the lie.
But I would say, get a smoke detector, get a fire alarm, and get a CO2 detector, of course.
Oh, you need all them anyway. What the hell how are you in an apartment without one?
I don't have one.
What?
There isn't one here.
I even have one in my caravan, for God's sake.
I don't have a CO2 detector, and I don't have a.
Order it on Amazon. They don't take long to arrive.
Well, I know that because I lost my toothbrush. I lost my electric toothbrush, and I ordered a new electric toothbrush. And then I was on to my boyfriend yesterday, and I said, "Do you know what? I ordered an electric toothbrush last night, and it arrived this morning." He was like, "Why? You left your toothbrush here?" Because I went home for the gala awards.
So you hadn't lost.
So I brought my toothbrush. I'd left it at home in Ireland.
Okay.
The gala awards, which I did not win.
Are we still talking about that?
Okay. I'm not going to be a sore loser.
You win at life every single day, Gearoid. There's nobody on this planet who doesn't think what you did wasn't amazing.
Okay.
Listen, I have experience of people not winning things. It's all right to remind me of the things I didn't win regularly. Do you want to bring that up again, Gearoid?
You didn't win the Eurovision in 2010. I think it's a travesty.
Yes, I agree.
I think it's
and I also agree it's a travesty you did not win your gala.
And who won in 2010?
Lena. Oh, Satellite. Oh, a satellite. Been over all the way around you. Germany. Anyway, yeah, maybe not that one.
Didn't win. So we didn't win. Okay. I think that's a very strong reflection on everyone else. That's all I'll say.
I agree.
That's all I'll say.
Obviously, the one that won it was very, very impactful.
Yeah. Okay.
Clearly.
Sure.
I can't believe they nominated you and not given it to you.
They nominated me to humiliate me. That's what they did.
I mean, no.
Yeah,
It's
I respect the
knowing
hustle.
how you react to these things. I wouldn't be taking my chances. There'd be a smell of lavender and fucking petrol all over the place.
It's a lesson learned. Like this on the podcast awards, we'll never accept a nomination ever again.
Do you remember us at the podcast?
For anything. Dear Gearoid, we'd like to nominate you for this.
We had a lovely night together.
Jog on.
Would you like to spend 60 quid a ticket to come and see you not win something?
60 quid a ticket? 80 quid for the galas.
No.
80 quid. You got one free ticket.
Oh.
So that was mine. And then Stephen got a free ticket, but then he couldn't transfer to my boyfriend. Yeah, so I bought my loving boyfriend a ticket so he could come and watch me lose and be humiliated.
Yet again, because he was also at the podcast.
Yeah, so you won. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so like I lost.
But we had a lovely time, because I always love being around him. We have the loveliest of times.
I lost, and then he just whispered in my ear, "It's all you deserve." It was a perfect night.
Now I know why he's with you.
I do think, right, Dina, who wrote into us.
No, it's too weird, Dina.
You
need to find somewhere else to live or report this situation.
I think
this
you need
is
to report
outrageous.
this everywhere. I think you need to report it to the police, report it to the fire brigade, report it to the gas company, and report it to the council. Because there's something weird going on here. And all I will say is, don't want to scare you, but heat rises. Heat rises.
And it's harder to get out.
Exactly.
How far up are you? Can you jump from the window? I mean, I think I will be allowing for all of those options now.
Yeah.
Some sort of ladder that you can throw out the window. I would be definitely making some sort of sheet rope or something, learn how to go down that. Learn abseiling. I don't know. I think this is outrageous. I mean, this is the weirdest thing. Weirdly, the gas leaks are very, very concerning, but the toast in the bath really freaks me out.
Yeah. Again, that could be a bird. What I would do is I would keep your windows closed for a while and see if the toast,
Yeah, but she can't, because then the gas kills her.
Oh, God.
The only thing keeping her alive is keeping the windows open, surely. We're not making light of it, Dina. This is really freaky. You're within your rights to be freaked out.
I don't want to freak out more, but there are people that thrive on being those awful neighbours. Like I remember there was this situation.
And changes that you need to just get the hell away from them. Sorry?
There was a situation where I live in another apartment block where there was this guy who was kind of terrorising the guy that lived above him. Like he had some sort of like weird device that sent up sound waves and stuff, and like like your mum was going mad. It was a real situation.
Did he because he could, or because he had some reason?
I don't know what it was. Now I think there was definitely a bit of madness going on there. But now what I will say, the only thing I will say is the other guy, that he was doing it to, absolute prick. Like I had dealings with him. Couldn't happen to a nicer person as far as I'm concerned.
In other words, there was just cause, and actually you might have, inside you were applauding a little bit.
Yeah, afterwards I was like, God, I know it was awful what happened to him, but he deserved everything he got. Look, empathy.
Does that resolve Dina's problem now? Come on.
Empathy is not for everyone. Empathy, you don't give empathy to people you don't like. But Dina, I'm very concerned. I think you need to make 4 phone calls, like police, fire brigade, gas
and none of them should be
council.
to the man.
Avoid this man like the plague.
Do not make eye contact. Don't get involved in anything. Seriously, don't have any conversation with this person if you can help it. It's just really scary.
Okay, let us know how you get on. Also, Dina, I want to say, we haven't had follow-ups in quite a while. Now, I think we're not asking
It's not
for them.
Dina's fault, to be fair.
But we want to follow up to this because this is just let us know what the gas companies say. So if we've helped you out in the past while, please send us a follow up because I feel like we're really short on them at the moment.
Yeah, we need a few follow-ups.
Niamh, we have another problem.
Yes. Go on, you read this one.
Dear Niamh and Gearoid, I never thought I'd be writing into something like this. Do you mean this podcast? It's a very bad start.
I don't know what kind of help you're going to get from Gearoid here. But anyway, he's already checking out.
Oh, sorry. But here I am.
Like this.
But here I am. I can only apologise that this is clearly a new low for you, Liam. And honestly, I think you're the only ones who will understand the ridiculousness of my situation.
Okay.
So, I work in a pretty relaxed office where dogs are allowed, which is usually lovely. I bring my gorgeous little French bulldog, Casper, a couple of days a week. He's well behaved, everyone adores him, and frankly, he's the best part of the office vibe.
No, I love that.
I'd love to work in an office where you can bring a dog.
Yeah, I would too. To be fair, technically I have worked in places like that because Twink used to bring her dogs all the time. And Linda. But, they sometimes bring their dogs.
There's a generational diva that likes a small dog.
A
Handbag-sized dog.
Yeah.
Now,
Any big one.
Here's the problem. Casper has developed an alarming attachment to Gary, my least favourite person in the building.
Is he humping him?
That's rough. Gary is loud, always talks over people in meetings, thinks he's God's gift to marketing. Oh God, I mean, that's...
We know who he is. We know who he is. We know Gary.
Yeah, that's how you're a winner and a loser at the same time. He thinks he's God's gift to marketing and he's not. And once unironically named himself a thought leader in the break room. Oh.
A thought leader. I feel we can only aspire to being thought leaders.
Thought leader, what a prick. One of my friends once told me about someone that he knew, and he referred to himself by saying, the thing about it is I'm just really good at what I do. Okay.
And what's wrong with that? It was worth it to see that face, Gearoid.
If you knew who it was, you'd be like,
oh, yeah.
You're not that good at what you do.
That's very subjective.
Don't mean to shatter any dreams here, but you're not. He's also made some tone-deaf comments in the past that have rubbed me the wrong way, especially around LGBTQ plus stuff. Nothing overtly offensive, just the kind of casual, clueless energy that makes you side-eye someone for life. But Casper, obsessed. He makes a beeline for Gary's desk every morning, plonks himself at his feet and completely ignores me if Gary's in the room. That would kill me.
No, you would somebody will be dead in that equation and it wouldn't be Casper.
It's humiliating. People are starting to joke that Gary and I should co-parent the dog, as if. I know it's not that deep, dogs like who they like, but I can't help feeling a bit betrayed. I rescue Captor. I buy him fancy food. I once cancelled a date because he looked like he might be coming down with a cold.
Yeah, you didn't cancel the date because he's coming down with a cold.
No, it was your excuse.
You did not fancy that date.
Yeah. It was your excuse to invite him over.
Yeah.
Now I'm stuck between pretending I'm totally chill about this or admitting I'm low-key jealous of a man I cannot stand because my dog likes him better. Of course you are. Of course
Naturally. You are. Aww. Liam.
Do I limit Casper's interactions with Gary? Absolutely. And risk looking like a petty lunatic? Nothing wrong with that. Or do I suck it up and let my dog love the office villain while I smile through gritted teeth? Am I being ridiculous? I feel like Agony Rants is the perfect place for this. Niamh, I know you will be a calming influence and please go for broke, Gearoid. I would go for broke, but you spelled my name wrong twice. This is almost as bad as the Galas.
Liam.
This is almost as bad. Thanks for reading, Liam. This is awful.
Well, the first thing I would do is check for bacon in Gary's pockets. Possibly, he doesn't have good personal hygiene. Does he have good personal hygiene? Dogs sometimes are attracted to that.
Oh, God.
Maybe he has his own dog. Maybe that's what Gary is or Casper's reacting to. There's a million reasons why that's happening, but I think you're missing an opportunity here. I think, if Casper loves Gary and Gary enjoys that, you have an in here with Gary. Not necessarily that you want to have an in, but you have a way of manipulating the situation. And,
of becoming friends with him.
Well, not friends.
But just having a cordial relationship. That's an
not
interesting point.
Yeah, you could be, pivotal, up with the thought leader. You could be also a thought leader by the end of this.
Well, if there's hostility, it would certainly, it would calm it all down.
Yeah, there would be an element to that.
I mean, I would get the dog put to sleep. It would be a betrayal too far. It would. It's too much.
I had a wild thought when I read this the first time. Do you think Gary is like those kind of teenage boys who, when they have a secret crush, they, knock you over in the schoolyard and stuff? Do you think maybe Gary might have a bit of a crush on Liam?
Oh God, that would be upsetting. No, I don't think so. I think that No.
No?
I just know who Gary is.
Oh no, we all know who Gary is.
And it's just...
And none of us want a man the crush.
It's exhausting. I think what you could do is you could bring Casper in, but you could keep him closer to you.
Curtail him. Yeah,
curtail him and just be like, no, under my desk, please. And give him, you might do that, bribe him with treats and stuff.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. The relationship is very much Casper is in control of Liam. You know, if you're staying home because he has a cold, you love him. You love him and you want to mind him. I don't know what to do with this particular thing because I know it's difficult. You know, you want your dog to adore you, which clearly Casper does. So he has a little fling with Gary over in the corner. You know, I don't know what Gary's bringing to the table, but, you know, it might be that, you know, his trousers smell of something that Casper likes. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, it could be. It could also be, you know, that maybe he's just not that bad a person. Maybe, like, sometimes when people
maybe you need to
are
look beyond.
a bit boring, their jobs become, you know, maybe Gary just really likes his job and really wants to do well in it. Something I don't understand.
It could be that. Or maybe Gary doesn't want anybody coming near him to give him work. So if he's really loud and offensive, people will stay away from him as much as possible.
Yeah, it could be that.
I mean, you know, I saw a thing the other day where some fella looked to borrow money. A new fella came into the office and he started trying to borrow money off everybody. So everybody kept avoiding him. And that's because he was an introvert and he didn't want anybody talking to him.
Oh, good God.
I mean,
people are mental.
Aren't they?
Like,
you just don't know how people are. But the sad thing for you is that you love Casper, Liam. I mean, you clearly love him. Maybe it's Casper you should be having this conversation with.
Well, perhaps what you could do is you could limit your Casper's interactions with other people. So, like, when he's in the office, you could say, like, if people are coming over, just say, listen, just leave him alone. He's a bit, I don't want him getting overwhelmed. You know, it's a lot for him because he comes, he has these big days in work. Everyone's talking to him, everyone's playing with him. And then he goes home and he gets a bit depressed.
Yeah. Mind you, it's clear that Gary, you know, Casper's been visiting a couple of days a week regularly and they all adore him, which you love. So obviously Casper has kudos in the group, right? So it kind of probably endears you to other people that you own Casper. Is there an element of that, Liam? You know, that you're...
Yeah.
And maybe the fact that, you know, Casper likes Gary, you know, that upsets you. That's not the way you want to see that go. And I understand that, but you don't get to choose that. That's the problem with dogs, isn't it? I don't know how you can fix this except have more treats under your desk.
Yeah, I definitely think it's treats. I think like always have a little something in the bowl underneath your desk.
Or you could get Gary fired. That could happen. Yeah, that would be good.
You could take it. Like,
I'm surprised you haven't suggested that yet.
You see, here's the thing, right? And this is the only thing that Gary has going for him. And this is why I think I'm reluctant to... you know,
to put the wheelie bin through,
is when a dog trusts somebody, when a dog likes somebody, that is a big point in their favour.
A big indicator.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, possibly. It's really hard to tell. I don't know what's best here. You're right. You don't get to choose who your dog loves. You know, I had my previous dog, Ruby, you know, at about 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks old, she met my brother-in-law, and I would say I kept her from our true owner the entire length of her life. She had a good life with us, but if my brother-in-law was in the room, nothing else existed at any given moment, no matter what we did. I think dogs sometimes choose their people. It's really difficult to say, but that is the truth. I mean, cats, they choose their people based on what they need in the moment. But, you know, you know, but dogs definitely... they just choose their person and that's their person.
Well, that's you make an interesting point.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a case of let Casper have a friend. Just because you don't like him, let him have a friend.
And, you know, maybe if Casper's keeping Gary busy over there, maybe Gary's not over annoying you. Not a bad thing.
Yeah, and
it's
also
not a bad trade-off.
Like it's Casper's going home with you at the end of the day. And I know
Casper loves you, Liam.
Yeah.
Loves you. You know, and maybe it's just mixing it up in the office. Maybe Casper's trying to make you a little bit jealous. Maybe it's Casper's way to make sure that you stay with him. Love him. I don't know.
I think if this really upsets you, the solution is don't bring Casper into the office.
Don't bring Casper to work, but then that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sad
that
for
is
everybody.
sad. But I think let Casper show you the nice points about this guy. Yeah, he sounds like a dick. He sounds really, really annoying and really frustrating.
Just a bit pretentious. Yeah.
But like...
But sometimes that's bravado, isn't it?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with limiting his interactions. Like, you can let Casper go over to him in the morning and say hello, but then you take him over and keep him under your desk, or you keep him with you.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, listen, Liam, you know, you love this dog. You have the dog 24/7, you know, and then a couple of days a week, the dog goes in and admires somebody else. It's okay.
Yeah, and you also, the other thing is, you can't bring a dog into an office and expect people not to come over to the dog or interact with the dog, or the dog not to interact with anyone else.
I just can't keep away from a dog.
Then why are you bringing it? Like, why are you bringing Casper? So sorry if that sounds harsh, Liam, but what this could do is your dog's friendship with this man could make him a little bit more bearable.
Yeah, I mean, if he's already been seeing him for a year and you know, and he's still an arse, then there's no hope for him. But you know,
it just,
I understand.
Like, there's nothing worse than being proved wrong
about someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's really
or
worrying.
you know, like sometimes with a friend of a friend, when they introduce you to something, you're like, oh God.
You know, I understand your concern about this, Liam. I do, because you love this dog, right? And you want this dog to adore only you, or only you approved people.
Yeah.
I'm the same about my friends,
that's not the way
but
it
it
works.
doesn't quite work the same.
Not the way it works with a dog.
No.
We hope that helps. We'd love a little
follow-up.
A little follow-up.
Or
and also link to
photo, Casper.
A link to Gary's LinkedIn, because I'd imagine that is quite the read.
I would like that. I'm not going to lie.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, yes.
It's been wonderful to chat to you on this 200th episode. But we're not celebrating our 200th episode. We're celebrating our 202nd
The next time
episode.
we're in the same room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
it's probably the same day I'll celebrate your birthday as well.
Yeah. All the celebrations together. We will be back next Monday with another brand new episode of Agony Rants. We will also be on the Head Stuff Plus.
Yes.
Either
if you subscribe, you will get our...
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. You never know. So
every second Thursday, it's a Vintage Rants. And we will chat to you then.
Bye.
Bye.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.